Hari Ram, Hari Ram. Okay. Hare Krishna, Pradnya devotees. How nice to see you all. I hope everyone's happy in Krishna consciousness. Extremely happy. So tonight, normally we would have had our 36th session of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. But today is Akshaya Tritiya. It's a very special day in our calendar. Among other things, it is the first day of Julan Yatra. That's a nice day. The swing festival of Radha and Krishna. So, but Akshaya Tritiya is a day for beginnings. Traditionally, people see it like that in India. A day to begin different projects, like weddings are extremely popular. Starting a business is popular. All these things happen on Akshaya Tritiya. It's very common. So, there is a story, a Krishna conscious story. There is a story about Krishna from Nandagram in the northwestern part of Vrajmandal. Nandagram, very famous and very sweet place of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And this is, Nandagram is the place where Krishna lived last when he was in Vrajmandala. He left Vrajmandala from Nandagram with Akrura. Yes. So, there is this famous story from Nandagram, Akshaya Tritiya, and we will tell it now. First of all, let us chant some prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatyadesh Tarne Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakaptarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha. Patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Akshaya Tritiya ki jai. Go Premanandi. All right, so devotees, Akshaya Tritiya literally means the infallible third day of the moon. Yes, we know that Lord Nrsimhadev appeared on the Chaturdasi. the 13th day of the moon, which this year falls on, gosh, I forget. Is it the 23rd? Something like that. Shingadev? I think it may be 23rd or 25th. Let me just have a quick look, actually. So, yes, it's Nishinga Chaturdasi means the 14th day of the moon. Oh, I haven't got my calendar with me. Arjuna Charan Prabhu says he thinks it's the 23rd, and I think he may not know exactly. Let's just see. 25th. I thought it was 25th. So that's Chaturdasi. Today is Tritiya. Chaturdasi, 14th day, Tritiya, 3rd day. So there are 11 days. There's 11 days from Akshaya Tritiya to Nrsimha Chaturdasi. So Akshaya, yes, infallible. Just like eternal. Yes, totally indestructible. So there's a story. It's a village story. And but the different elements in it, and particularly the conclusion, they're very nice. They're very, very nice indeed. So therefore we accept it as a story that we tell at least on the day, and generally pretty much just on the day. So Akshaya Tritiya, 1 year in Nandagram, in the morning, on this Akshaya Tritiya day, Lord Krishna walked into the kitchen in the palace of Nanda Maharaj. And there was Mother Yashoda, and she was very busy. She was very busy frying all sorts of different savory items, you could say, snacky items, like samosas, kachoris, pakoras, yes, maybe some dokra, some paturi, and different things like this. They're generally snack prasad. It goes on the side. It's not exactly the main preparation that is eaten in a meal, but it's something extra, a little spicy and tangy, special sort of special flavor on the side, oftentimes with chutney. So Lord Krishna walked in, and there was Mother Yashoda preparing all these snacky types of prasadam. And Krishna walked up to Mother Yashoda and said, "Mata, is this for me?" Yes, because every day when Mother Yashoda cooks, she cooks for Krishna. So therefore Krishna just assumed, must be for me. So he came in and asked Mother Yashoda like that, "Is this for me, Mata?" But Mother Yashoda said, "No, this is for your father Nanda Maharaj." he is going away on a long trip today, very long trip. He is going, and this prasadam here, this is going to be in South Africa. It would be called Padkos. Padkos. Pad means road, and kos means food. Food for the road. This is the term they use, at least in the Afrikaans community. Padkos. Food for the road if you're going traveling and you take some, parcel of some things. So that's what Mother Yashoda said. And then Nanda Maharaj walked in. And Krishna approached him, and Krishna said, "Peter, where are you going, Peter? Where are you going? Mata said you're going on long trip today. Where are you going, Peter?" And Nanda Maharaj said, "Yes, today I'm going on very long trip. I am going to Prayag." And Krishna said, "Peter, why are you going Prayag, Peter? Why are you going Prayag?" And Nanda Maharaj said, "The thing is, today is Akshaya Tritiya, very auspicious day for doing something constructive to develop your life. So therefore, on this day, Akshaya Tritiya, I'm going to go to that sacred place, Prayag, where there's the confluence of the Ganges, Yamuna, and Saraswati. And I will bathe in the confluence of those three rivers where they meet. And in this way, because it's very purifying there, I will be cleansed of all my sinful reactions, all my bad karma. And then I will come back feeling refreshed." And Krishna was really amazed. But he wasn't really happy, because Krishna doesn't really like it when Nanda Maharaj wants to leave Vrindavan, because they are Brijbasis, and it's just, that's their place. So anyway, Nanda Maharaj, he said like that, "I'm going, and here, this is in Russian we would say, Prasad Vidorogu." Prasad, obviously, but Vidorogu means for the road. In Afrikaans, Padkos. In Russian, Prasad Vidorogu. Yes, so Nanda Maharaj said, "Yes, I'm going, and this is, I'm taking this prasadam with me. I'm taking it with me, because it's a long way. It's a long way." And so Nanda Maharaj had explained to Krishna. Krishna actually had asked, "Why are you going? Where are you going, Prayag? Why are you going?" So Nanda Maharaj had explained, let me just mention a little more clearly. Nanda Maharaj explained that, at least he said, every day for the whole year, I engage in material activity just to provide for my family food and shelter, and it's material. It's just material. So I'm incurring so much karmic reactions. Therefore, every year on this day, on this Akshaya Tritiya day, I go to Prayag. Then I bathe there in the confluence of Ganges, Yamuna, Saraswati, become cleansed of all the karma, and come back feeling refreshed. Krishna said, oh, I see. So then Nanda Maharaj picked up his bag of prasadam for the road, took in one hand, took Krishna with the other hand, and then said, come with me, we'll walk down the hill to Pavan Sarovar. Pavan Sarovar, very sacred lake, very sacred lake. At the bottom of the hill at Nandagram. Such a beautiful place, Pavan Sarovar. Been there so many times. It's just really nice. Really, really nice. Quite a big lake with beautiful ghats all around it. It's really nice. So Nanda Maharaj took Krishna by the hand, with one hand. In the other hand, his prasada vidarogu, padkos, his prasadam for the road, for the trip. And he told Krishna that before I go, I'm going to take bath in Pavan Sarovar. So you come with me, we'll take bath, and then I'll leave and you'll come back here to the palace. Okay. So Nanda Maharaj picked up his bag of different tasty items, took Krishna by the hand, and they started walking down the hill. And they're just walking down slowly. Suddenly, Krishna pulled on the hand of Nanda Maharaj. Pita, give me some prasad, Pita. Give me some prasad, just a little bit prasad, something. But Nanda Maharaj said, no, I can't do that. I've got a long journey ahead of me. Long journey. And I need all the prasadam I can get. Otherwise, I will run out on the road. And I'll have no prasadam. And I will have to buy some chips or something. Some chips or Simba chips or Lay's chips. So no, I can't give anything away at all. Okay, Krishna accepted that, and they came down. So now they're on the banks of Pavan Sarovar, and they're just about to dive in, just about, when suddenly on the other side of Pavan Sarovar, they saw this big man, really big, very handsome, dressed in very opulent clothes, with beautiful jewelry. And he looked like a demigod. And Krishna grabbed the hand of Nanda Maharaj, and Krishna said, Pita, who dat man, Pita? Who dat man? And Nanda Maharaj said, why, I don't know. I never saw this man before. Let's go over and meet him. So that man, that big, handsome man, dressed in such beautiful clothes, very opulent, and beautiful gold and jewels and different ornaments and things like that. as Nanda Maharaj and Krishna just start walking around towards the other side, suddenly that man started roaring with laughter. Just roaring with laughter. Then he rolled in the dust on the side of Pavan Sarovar, still laughing. And then, still laughing, he dived into Pavan Sarovar. And then he came out, again roaring with laughter, just in some amazing state of ecstasy. He came out roaring loud, rolled in the dust again, and then dived in again. And he was just sort of going around doing this. And so Nanda Maharaj and Krishna, they arrived there on the other side of Pavan Sarovar. And Nanda Maharaj approached that man and said, my dear sir, could you please tell us what is your name? What is your good name? That's a very respectful way of asking someone their name. What is your good name? And the big man said, my name is Prayag Raj. Prayag Raj? Nanda Maharaj was in shock. And he said, What do you mean? What do you mean your name's Prayag Raj? And Prayag Raj said, I am the presiding deity of that place. And Nanda Maharaj was completely just overwhelmed. Really? And he asked Prayag Raj, what are you doing here in Vrindavan? What are you doing here bathing in Pavan Sarovar? And Prayag Raj replied that all year the pilgrims come and they bathe in my waters. And in this way, they leave all their karmic reactions on me. So, one day in a year, on Akshaya Tritiya, I come here to Vrindavan, and I come to Nandagram, and I come to Pavan Sarovar, and I bathe in the waters of Pavan Sarovar. And all the karma left on me by all the pilgrims and all the people who come to visit and take bath in Prayag, all that karma is just removed from me. And then I go back to Prayag feeling refreshed. And Nanda Maharaj, he could not believe this. He was just staggered. He was just staggered. And Nanda Maharaj said, oh, I see. Then Prayag started pointing around the sides of Pavan Sarovar. And he told Nanda Maharaj, look over there, look over there, look over there. Nanda Maharaj turned and looked, and he saw many other big, handsome, beautiful people with beautiful clothes, beautiful jewelry. And they're all taking bath in Pavan Sarovar and coming out and rolling in the dust and laughing. So Nanda Maharaj, he asked Prayagraj, who are these people? And Prayag said, these are the personalities of all the sacred places, all the sacred rivers, lakes, kunds, and pastime places. These are the personalities of those places. And Prayagraj pointed out, you see over there, you see that lady over there on that side? That is Ganga Devi. And you see down there, that is the river Kaveri. And you see over on that side, over there, that's the river Yamuna. And he pointed out that, look, there's the personality of Jagannath Puri. There's the personality of Navadweep. And he told Nanda Maharaj that we all come here every Akshaya Tritiya. All of us, the personalities of the sacred places, we all come here on Akshaya Tritiya, and we all take bath in Pavan Sarovar. And in this way, we all become free from the sinful reactions left on us by the pilgrims. And then, when we're finished bathing, then we return to our places refreshed. This is what we do. This is what we're doing. So Nanda Maharaj was just totally astonished. Totally astonished. He took Krishna by the hand again, and he said, Krishna, come with me. And Krishna said, Peter, where are we going? Where are we going, Peter? And Nanda Maharaj said, we are going back to Nandagram. First we're going to bathe in Pavan Sarovar, then we're going back to Nandagram. And Krishna said, Peter, when are you leaving for Prayag, Peter? Peter, when are you leaving for Prayag? And Nanda Maharaj said, I'm not going. And Krishna said, Peter, why are you not going, Peter? Why are you not going? Nanda Maharaj said, I changed my mind. I'm just going to bathe in Pavan Sarovar and stay back in Nandagram. So they bathed. And it was very nice, of course. It was very nice. They bathed in Pavan Sarovar. And then they started climbing the hill up to the palace on top of the Nandishvara hill. And Nanda Maharaj is still holding his bag of prasadam for the road. And with this other hand, he's holding Krishna. And they're going up the hill. And as they're going up, Krishna suddenly pulls on Nanda Maharaj's hand again. Peter, give me one samosa, Peter. Just one samosa, Peter, one. Just one samosa, just one. And Nanda Maharaj looked at his bag of padkos, prasada vidarogu, and he just handed it to Krishna. Here, you take this. I don't need it anymore. And they returned to Nandagram. So you see, this is a famous story. And whenever we're in Nandagram, whenever we go to Pavan Sarovar, we tell this story. Last time, we were in, what was it now? Last time, actually I forget. Anyway, I think last time we were in Nandagram, we spent 2 days. One day we were in Yavat. Then we walked across to Tirkadamba, such a nice walk. And then just across to Asheshavan. And then I think we returned to where we were staying. And the next day, we started at Nanda Baitak. Oh, nice place. Nanda Maharaj's sitting place, and where Nanda Kund is, his private kund for bathing. Then we went across to Yashoda Kund. It's also quite nice. Yashoda Kund. And Yashoda Kund, we went over to the yogurt pots of Mother Yashoda, then to the Nishingadev temple of Nanda Maharaj, and then up the hill to the main temple. And we had nice darshan there. And then we went to Banki Bihari's place. He's become a little commercialized, but anyway, we used to go to his house, and he would give us chas and makan mishri, sugar, rock candy mixed with butter, and Karela pickle. Last time, anyway, we went to one place and we had some prasadam. Sort of, yeah, but not quite as nice. Yeah, and anyway, like this, 2 days in Nandagram. So, but the thing is this, and this is very important, that this story with Prayag and Ganga Devi, the river Kaveri, river Yamuna, and many Jagannath Puri and other sacred places, they're all coming on Akshaya Tritiya to Pavan Sarovar to get free from the karmic reactions left on them by the pilgrims who come to bathe in their waters and so on, all with a view for getting free from sinful reactions. So then the holy places, they come to Vrindavan, to Pavan Sarovar, to get free from those reactions. So like this, Pavan Sarovar in Sri Vrindavan Dham is a super sacred place. Special sacred place. Yes. So we see that of all sacred places, Vrindavan is the most sacred. And of all sacred personalities, Lord Krishna in Vrindavan is the most sacred person. And of all pastimes, the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, they're the most sacred pastimes. Then, of all mantras, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the most sacred of all mantras. It's the Maha Mantra. and of all literatures, the literatures of Krishna consciousness, particularly Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. These are the most sacred of all literatures. And of all processes, the process of devotional service to Krishna is the most sacred process. And then devotees of all people, following any path of religion, spirituality, or of anything in life, the best people, the most special, most wonderful, most merciful, most elevated, transcendental personalities are the devotees of Krishna. And there's nothing like the devotees. There's simply nothing like the devotees. And there's just nothing like life in Krishna consciousness. It's on a different level altogether from any other type of way of life. So all these things we learn from this pastime of Akshaya Tritiya at Nandagram. And it's all true, it's all correct. It's all correct. It's so nice. So, I've never been in Pavan Saro or Nandagram, or I've never been in India for that matter, at this time in May. Not in May. April a little, not May. I've been there, I think in July I was there before. So it's the first day, today is the first day of Julan Yatra, the swing festival of Radha and Krishna, Radha and Govinda. And we have a few minutes of extra time. So let me just tell you one story. There's a few stories, but one Julan Yatra story from Vrindavan. This is very nice. It's a story we tell when we're on Varshana Parikrama. At Varshana, on the Varshana Parikrama path, there's a nice temple. It's not so big, not so fancy, but it's pleasant, cool. It is the temple of Danga. Danga. Dan means tax, and Gar means house, actually, or place. The place of the tax collecting pastime. So, and there, in that temple, there are these beautiful deities, Radha Dan Bihari, and they're always wearing one set of clothes together. Both of them together are in one set of clothes. But yeah, for the two of them at the same time. And here tax collecting pastimes took place, of course, including special pastime on one Julan Yatra day. So there was actually in Unchigaon, if you know, Unchigaon is just across from Varshan, a couple of kilometers or so. So over there in Unchigaon, it's the place of Lalita. There was one very poor Brahmin, very pious, but very poor. And he had one daughter who, at this point, was now of marriageable age. And it is the practice in that sort of North Indian culture, you could say, the North Indian version of the culture. The practice is that when there's a wedding, a young man and a young woman become married, then the girl's family, they have to pay for the wedding. So this Brahmin, very pious, nice Brahmin, but very poor Brahmin, whose daughter was just now of the right age for marriage. He wanted to get her married, but he couldn't afford the wedding at all, because these things are not cheap. They're not cheap. Gosh, the biggest expense of a lifetime for many families. So anyway, he didn't know what to do, and he was just in too much anxiety. Then one day, one person told him, you know, Krishna is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and Nanda Maharaj is the king of Vrindavan, and kings, of course, are very wealthy. And regularly, Krishna comes to Varshana, and he moves around here and there, trying to find Radharani and having pastimes with her sometimes. So what you need to do, my dear poor Brahmin, what you need to do, you need to go over to Varshana and find Krishna one day when he's there. And you got to ask him, please give me some wealth so I can get my daughter married. So the pious Brahmin, he said, oh, okay, right. And the next day, sure enough, he set off and he went to Varshana, and he was climbing around because there's a number of hills there, climbing around, where's Krishna, where's Krishna? Finally, he found Krishna at Danga. Krishna was there with Radharani at Danga. So, the Brahmin, very pious, poor Brahmin, he approached Lord Krishna, who was sitting next to Srimati Radharani, and that poor Brahmin, he said, my dear son of the king of Raja, please help me. Please be kind to this very poor devotee of yours. And Krishna said, yes, what can I do for you? And that very poor Brahmin said, my daughter is of marriageable age. I must get her married, but I cannot afford the wedding. So could you please give me the most valuable thing you have so I can pay for the wedding? And Krishna said, oh, yes, for my devotee, for a Brahmin devotee, of course, I'll give you, you know what I'll give you? I'll give you the most valuable thing I have. And he handed over Srimati Radharani to the Brahmin. And Radharani was in shock. And the Brahmin was in shock. And Radharani started crying. And the Brahmin started crying. And Krishna said, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? And the Brahmin said, up till now, I just had one daughter who I had to get married. Now I've got two. And Krishna said, all right. And there at that place was a big jhulan, a big frame for a swing, really big, like, what would you say, about 5 meters tall or more, and 5 meters wide, like a frame. And in the middle, there's the swing, which is hanging from the top. So Krishna placed Radharani on that swing, and he sort of made the swing into a balancing scale. You know, you put weight on one side, the other side goes up, so then you put weight on the other side, and eventually you get a balance like that. So he put Srimati Radharani on one side of the scale, and on the other side, he filled it up with golden jewels. So eventually, the scale came to balance between Radharani and all the golden jewels. So then Krishna took Radharani back. He gave all the golden jewels to the poor Brahmin, and Radharani was ecstatic not to be given away by Krishna. And the pious and very poor Brahmin was ecstatic. Now he could have a wonderful wedding for his daughter, and plus there was plenty more. And so, as they say, well, Radharani was happy, the Brahmin was happy, Krishna was happy, all the devotees were happy, and as they say, they all lived happily ever after. Life in Vrindavan is like that. Everyone lives happily ever after. All right, so today is Akshaya Tritiya, a very auspicious day, very wonderful day. So we should pray to Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, that on this auspicious day, which is a day of your pastimes, please be kind, please give us some mercy so we can really start making some real progress in our Krishna consciousness. Please give us mercy like that. So there you go, devotees. Our Brihad Bhagavatamrita seminar will continue on Monday. Otherwise, tomorrow 1:30, Sunday 1:30, we'll have our humility seminar. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Akshaya Tritiya Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Go Premanande.